Well, I'm Danny at Dynodaze, and today on my Sunday drive, I'm introducing you to a new car to the channel, which is the Honda CRZ. So let's have a look. So this is the new daily, and I'm quite impressed with it so far. I've owned it a day now, and I've been enjoying it. It's interesting that it's quite satisfying to try and get the best miles per gallon out of a car, whereas I've always been trying to get the most performance and make it as quick as humanly possible. But this one, yeah, it's a different kettle of fish. It's me trying to eco-haul a little bit, and I've got a lot to learn about this car, and it's a good job I've got Gareth at Expression Culture on my side, because I have asked him a million questions. In fact, I've asked him so many questions that I've decided to make a video where I write all my questions down and ask him, so that you guys have got those answers as well. Now, this colour is a silver. It's a dark silver, maybe almost like a light grey or a metallic light grey. I really like the colour. It's definitely the colour that I wanted, which was fortunate for me because this car came up cheap and it was local. So I like the fact that it's different. It's different to the cars that I've driven before. It's got that Honda, how to describe it? Delete this part of the video. So as you can see, it is in silver. It's a particular colour that I liked, which is fortunate for me because it was local and it was in my price range and it was the colour I wanted all along. So I'm really happy with that. I love the way it looks. To be fair, I don't think I need to do much to it to put my stamp on it. Normally, the first thing I've got to do is put my stamp on a vehicle, but I actually really like this one. So credit to the previous owner. It's pretty clean. Obviously, there's some dinks and scratches around it, but it's a 10 plate. Well, it's a 60 plate, isn't it? So it's still a bit older than most people's cars, but I like it. I mean, look at it. Is there a better looking hybrid? I'm not so sure. Let me know in the comments below if you're already rocking a hybrid. This is my first taste of a Honda hybrid. It's my first taste of any alternative fuel vehicle. So I've got lots of things to learn, and I shall be telling you what I learn as I go. Now, this car's already got a few modifications. As you can see, it's slightly lower than a standard CRZ, and that's because it's on H&R lowering springs. We sell a lot of H&R lowering springs at work. The reason for that is they are quality kits, so I'm quite pleased that it's already had a modification that I would have done myself, which has saved me some money. And also in the engine bay, and after speaking to Gareth, I believe that this one has a different inlet manifold, and we have got ourselves a Ram Air induction kit. Now, perhaps something that Dynodaze can do is develop something that's going to do a bit better than this. But for now, like I say, this inlet manifold and induction kit gives it the Honda sort of throaty feel, and I am quite impressed with the noises that it still makes when I do want to put my foot down. So it gives you that little bit of more enjoyment, I think, over a standard airbox. Gareth at Expression Culture does note, however, that it's likely to be less economical, and frankly, I am all about economy on this vehicle, so we'll see how we get on with that. But Richard, if you're watching, that's a project for the new year. Okay, so let's check out the inside. I mean, it's a four-seater, but really, let's not talk about that because there's only really enough room in here for me and my laptop. But we've got a beautiful dashboard. I really love it. I love the way it's set out. And when we put the ignition on, we are met with a beautiful glowing blue dashboard. And as you can see, I've got iPod connectivity, so I'm actually listening to, and I'm gonna have to turn that down, aren't I? But I'm actually listening to the soundtrack from the Elder Scrolls. So if you're into your video games, that's Skyrim on for ambience. Yeah, what a beautiful place to be it is. I love the steering wheel. I love the dashboard. I love how it just, I don't know, it looks modern. It looks like technology, and I'm not used to it, if I'm honest. But it's got a push button start, which I shall press here. No, I won't, because I've not got my foot on the clutch. There we go. Look, he even told me. There we go, we're up and running. Absolutely beautiful. I love it in here. I just love the way things are laid out. We've got a couple of buttons here for sport mode, normal and economy. I've been driving in normal. Sport mode, well, we're going to have a conversation with Gareth. He's going to explain all of this to us, because that is the value of Gareth's channel. He is the guru when it comes to this car. He's actually got one in this colour, guys, and it's a video that's been on YouTube before with his car, where I said it was probably the nicest looking one I'd ever seen. So that's the inside of the car. I love it. I can't get over how much I like this car. I've got a Honda Bluetooth there. But yeah, I absolutely love it. Cruise control's amazing. I've got that on my FN2, obviously, but I don't know. I'm eco-whoring this one, so cruise control's coming into its own. And realistically, that is the introduction of this car to the channel. Now, there's lots more to learn, and as I go through and learn more about this car, I'm going to share that information with you. Like I said at the start, I'm very fortunate that I've got Gareth at Expression Culture to text constantly. He's probably bored of me by now. But we are going to have a chat and make a video. I've got a lot of questions. He's got a lot of answers. So, yeah, really looking forward to it. I actually really like this car, and I'm surprised because I've come from cars where I instantly needed more power, and I've been driving this for the last day or so, and at no point during the traffic did I need the FN2's power. So that's something that I'm surprised about, because I've been driving the FN2, and yes, it's got the power when I need it. Great car. Absolutely brilliant. However, I realised that driving this and trying to eco-whore it, at no point did I need to overtake something and felt that I didn't have the power. At no point did I feel like I had a massive amount of road in front of me that I could enjoy. I'm literally commuting in this. The traffic to my place of work, which is about 15 miles away, is the same every day. It's the same every morning, every evening. Again, at no point did I feel like I didn't have the FN2 and I could have used it. So, whilst I love driving the FN2, and I've really enjoyed doing my Sunday videos in the FN2, I think when I go out in the FN2, I'm going out in it specifically for enjoyment and to drive it and to feel that K20 come to life. With this car, as a daily, I think it's perfect. It ticks a lot of boxes for me. It's still quite sprightly. And like I said, with that inlet manifold and that induction kit, it sounds great. Will I change the exhaust on this car? Perhaps that might be the only modification that I do to it. But the tone of it, the sound of it, I love it. I love driving it. It's comfy. I'm listening to music to chill me out whilst I'm driving it. Everything seems to be coming together. I'm conscious that I'm trying to use as little fuel as possible. And I know you're going to say there are more economical vehicles out there, but they're not Hondas. I could have got a diesel Honda, but Honda's all about petrol for me. And this hybrid technology was something that I was going to have to experience at some point. So I'm glad I've done it at this point in time. I'm just really, overall, really happy with it. So that is the start of this series of videos. We're going to have a lot more content. There's a great group on Facebook called the Modified CRZ Owners. So go and find Modified Honda CRZ if you want to get involved in a community. Some great people in there, some great admin, lots of people coming from all over the planet into that group to show their vehicles off. Some of them are heavily modified, and some of them, like me, are just appreciating the car for what it is. So please do come and join us. Thanks for sticking around to the end of this video, guys. Like and subscribe. There's going to be lots more of this content coming. We're still going to be doing our workshop videos and things like that, and lots of dyno content. More stuff coming on the FN2. You guys know me for having my my Championship White FN2, and one of the reasons that car is sitting out for a minute is because it's waiting on Mark from MKEF Racing to hand over his cams and hand over his oil pump, and then we're going to do timing chain, timing guides, and get that mapped up again. So that's staying NA, but there's a plan. So I'm looking forward to that as well. But that's in the new year, because we've got our own projects to complete. But yeah, thanks guys, and drop me a comment below if you've got one of these vehicles. If you're interested in these vehicles, then you've got to get yourself over to Expression Culture and speak to Gareth. He's very, very helpful. Like I say, I think part of the reason why I've purchased this car is because I've seen Gareth's car, I've seen his enthusiasm for it, and I know I've always got him to pick up the phone and speak to. There are mapping options available for these cars, but as you know, Dynodaze don't sell nothing until we've tested it. So we're doing a bit of K-tuner on these. So yeah, so stay tuned, and thanks a lot, guys. And I'll see you on the next Sunday video, which is likely to be me fitting my camera mount and going for a drive and telling you how chilled out it is. Peace out.